Always great to have my next guest on the show. Gabe Green will be back in action on April the 30th when he meets Yohan Lainesse. Gabe, how are you?
I'm good, man. Thank you for having me. Happy to be here.
Yeah, and as we were talking a little bit here before we went live, man, it's been a while since we've seen you in action. You got to go all the way back. It's been over a year. So, and then you were supposed to fight Dwight Grant. That fight was scrapped in October. So tell me what happened with that and why such a long layoff.
Well, before I got matched up with Dwight Grant, I had PRK. It's like laser eye surgery, like LASIK. I was fighting kind of blind, not like super blind, but so I had my fight and I was like, perfect time to fix my eyes. It'll probably make seeing punches a little bit easier. So let's just do this now that I got a little bit of change in my pocket. Did that. There's a little bit of a healing process for that. Especially I just paid all this money to get some new eyes. I don't want to get poked in them and mess them up, so took my time with them till the doctor said, I was ready to go back to practice. And jumped back into training. I'm someone who likes to train all the time. So I'll just training, let the matchmakers know I was ready for a fight. And then the first one they had to offer me was Dwight Grant. Jumped on it, but then a little bit of a accident in practice happened and had to be shelved for that one, and it sucked. But as soon as I got okayed to practice and stuff again, I jumped right back into practice, and yeah, been ready since. And then Yohan was the first guy that offered me back, and now I'm ready for that one.
Are you able to elaborate as to like what exactly happened in practice?
Yeah, I mean, it was just like a kind of a freak accident. I got hit in my heart and kind of had like a heart attack. So yeah, super random because it was just like right on the heart. And then it felt like my heart stalled, like just, and then I took a knee and I was like, oh shit, that's not right, And I was thinking about going back in because it was one of the first rounds of the day, and I was just my whole chest was tight, and I went to the doctors, and instead being smart and using my brain, instead of jumping back into practice right away, and then they're tripping out because my body was releasing a bunch of troponin, and I guess that's that heart attack enzyme. So yeah, heart took some damage, and but I'm cleared now. I'm ready to rock. So back in there.
Wow. So you were actually, they diagnosed you with the heart attack?
Not quite a heart attack. It's a bruised heart, just heart damage. Heart attack exactly is when it's like, like because of the stuff. It's like, like clogged arteries and stuff like that.
Okay. Did you worry about potentially this affecting your career moving forward?
Oh yeah, no, I was in the hospital, and especially because of COVID, you're not allowed any visitors. I was stuck in the hospital, and they're just coming in and checking my levels every couple hours, and they just kept on going up and up and up, and they're like, this isn't good. And I was like, this doesn't sound very good, so I thought I was potentially gonna die in the hospital. Yeah, super crazy experience. I was like texting my family, telling them like, hey man, just, I love you guys. I'm good, but just, I love you guys, just in case. Cause I think the head cardiologist person, whatever, and the doctor was telling me that before cause I just went to urgent care at first, and then they realized that it was kind of a big deal. And they just rushed me to the emergency room in an ambulance. And I was like, I can't afford an ambulance. I could just walk there, guys. It's not a big deal. And they're like, nah, it's protocol, jump in the ambulance. I was like, all right, whatever. But yeah, I mean, it was just crazy experience, man.
How long were you in the hospital for?
Just a couple of days. They just monitored my once my levels started dropping down steadily back to the not so bad levels, I guess. They're like, all right, you're not going up anymore, so you're good to go. Just take it easy for a second. So I just had to no nothing to get that would get my heart pumping, and so I was just chilling for a second. Couldn't do anything.
Man, that's crazy. I'm sure your family, your loved ones, the people around you that really care about you, they must have been terrified, man. Like, how long did it take before you guys were all able to get like some clarity as to, okay, you're going to be okay. You don't have to worry about something terrible happening here?
It was, I mean, just after the couple of days when I was leaving the hospital, because they did all kinds of tests. They did like EKGs and uh econograms or something. I don't know. It's like an ultrasound of the heart. And once they did all those tests and they realized that there's going to be like no long-term damage for the most part, as long as I didn't do anything stupid and stress out my heart or get hit in the heart for, field out, they were like, dude, I should make a full recovery. So the important thing was just like, all right, just take a second, chill, don't do anything dumb, don't stress the heart out, don't get hit in the chest again, just chill. And then let that happen. Now I'm ready to rock.
Wow, that's crazy. Has this been publicized? Like, this is the first I'm hearing about this.
Yeah, no, I mean, we didn't really talk about it. You asked the question. I was like, all right, yeah, here's the answer. No one's really asked me per se.
Wow. Okay, man. Glad to hear that everything's going well. That's some scary stuff. And so, how long did it take you before you were back in full training? Like, was this like months or a couple weeks, and you were able to get back into it lightly and then progress from there?
It was a couple months. I was sidelined for first couple weeks, like nothing, like just chilling, nothing to get my heart rate too high or anything like that. And then after a couple weeks, I was able to, go for like little jogs and stuff and just chill. But nothing that was gonna cause any like force to my chest. Like I couldn't do jujitsu because just chest pressure would be bad on a bruised heart. For sure couldn't do striking because if I got bonked in the chest, it could just because like I was saying, the head cardiologist person was telling me that I guess when he was in high school, one of the kids on the football team died because he like went out and did like a little curl route and the quarterback hit him right in the chest with the football. And then, I mean, that's all it takes sometimes when it's right on the spot, it doesn't even take a lot. Sometimes you just get hit right on the freaking point. And then, so he ended up dying that day. And I was like, oh man, that's crazy. So he was just like, so for just serious, just take it easy, chill, don't think, he's like, just relax. So, I mean, that's all I did for a while.
So now, obviously, you're like right in the thick of camp right now. Have you been hit there lately? Like, how are you feeling? Like, are you back to 100%?
Oh yeah, I'm straight. I was when I first like got like, okay, like you're back to training and stuff like that. When I was first released completely, I was for sure like a little, weary of the whole thing. I was like, I mean, definitely don't want that to happen again. But I've been hit, I've been, laid on and stuff like that, and it feels fine. So ready to rock.
Okay, man. Again, great to hear, and sorry about all that craziness there that you had to push through. You mentioned the eye situation that you had. Man, I'm blind as a bat. If I don't have my contacts in or my glasses on, I can't see a thing. So, what was that whole process like? How long did that take you to get to where you're at now with your eyes?
Yeah, I mean that was a couple months too, and it was I mean it's crazy because I just went and did my eye test to renew my my license and stuff for fighting, so I can fight in this next fight that we have to do yearly. And before, so they do the eye test, there's like the first one is just one big old letter, then it's two letters, then it's three letters. The three letters is where I stopped. I couldn't see anything after, like even those three letters were a little blurry and I was getting some of those wrong. Now they went all the way to the bottom and I'm hitting all of them. I'm like, hell yeah, what's up? So I mean, just that felt pretty cool. So I'm like, man, look, paid all this money and I can see. It's pretty awesome, man. If you can, I say you do it. It's I went to the spot in Newport, and it was a couple racks, but as long as I go every year for the rest of my life, if at any time my eyes deteriorate and go under 20/20, they fix them, and I just got to go through the little surgery again. So I mean, now I'm gonna be able to see forever, so that's chilling.
Are you able to, like, when you're in there sparring and whatnot, do you see a lot better, strikes or whatever from different angles than you did before?
Yeah, I mean, my coach even tells me, he's like, yeah, those new eyes, man, they're working for you. I'm like, hell yeah. I mean, I had pretty bad astigmatism, more so than anything. So my depth perception was pretty bad. Now I have a better understanding of range, and that is awesome in a fight.
That's great to hear, man. I have an astigmatism as well, so I'm gonna look into that. I might do that for myself here too. I did see on your Twitter that you had a little bit of an acting gig, a Jack Harlow music video, if I'm not mistaken. What was that like? Tell me how that whole thing happened.
Oh yeah, I mean, I was just like sitting in my bed one day, and I got a call in the morning, and they're like, "We've been trying to reach you." I'm like, "Who's this?" And then they're like, "Yeah, we want you to play a boxer in this music video." And I was like, "For who?" And they're like, they didn't say Jack Harlow. I was like, "I have no idea who that is." And then turns out, yeah, he's a somebody for sure, you know. And yeah, I mean, I was like, well, like what day do you want me to do this? And then they told me like it was just a couple of days right after like that week. I think they were hitting me up on Monday or Tuesday, and they wanted me to film on Thursday. And yeah, I mean, yeah, they just hit me up and told me to come by, pretend to be a boxer and just get beat up real quick. I'm gonna tell you though, watching the video and see me fly through the sky with getting uppercutted, even though it was fake, still kind of hurt my soul a little bit. I was like, not let me lose, man. But I mean, yeah, overall it was a cool experience, you know. Just to be in front of the camera and mess around like that. I kept on joking and tweeting what's his name? Michael B. Jordan, telling him to put me in Creed, but I don't know if that's actually gonna happen.
That would be very cool, man. If you get in the new Creed whenever that drops, that would be amazing. So, do you think maybe we're going to see some more acting opportunities down the line? Is this something you want to try and keep the ball rolling?
I mean, I'm definitely down. I mean, it was it was really cool. It was a fun experience to go in there and just you know, mess around and do that kind of stuff. If more opportunities arise, I'd be up for it, as long as it doesn't interrupt, you know, the fighting stuff too much, because that's the number one priority over everything. And I mean, that was my biggest thing. I was like, how many days are we gonna film? They're like, one day. I was like, what are the times? Like, am I gonna be able to make practice at least night that day? Like, what's up? So yeah, I mean, I definitely don't want to have anything take me away from the real goal, you know, of going to get some UFC gold. But I mean, yeah, if it's not interfering with that stuff too much, I'd be super down for it.
All right, understood. Well, I got to get your take on this unbelievable welterweight division. 170 pounds right now. The whole division, it's so deep. And Usman right now is the champion. We just saw that fight between Covington and Masvidal, and Covington won it. Very, very clear. What was your takeaway on that fight in particular? Did that play out the way you thought it would?
Yeah, I mean, I thought Kobe was gonna take it. I would have liked to see Masvidal just, fight a little bit more, But yeah, I mean, it pretty much happened the way I thought it was gonna happen. Kobe was gonna have his foot on the gas and just control him.
And Usman right now, people are comparing him to GSP, which for my money, I still feel like he's got a few more fights to win to get to that level of George St. Pierre. Where do you feel like he is in that welterweight GOAT discussion? Do you feel he's caught him, or do you feel like the way that I feel like he's still got to win a couple more to get to the GSP level?
Like, I think both of us are going to be a little biased with the GSP thing, and so I feel like it's just going to be really hard for anyone who kind of is around our age and saw GSP do what he did when he did, because of nostalgia reasons, to just be like, oh yeah, no, he's the GOAT now. It's a little unfair to Usman, but it is what it is. I definitely don't think he's on GSP's level yet, even though I have to say that with my own biases. But I mean, he's definitely doing great, man. He's a tough guy to fight.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And I got to ask you about Chimaev, man. Like this dude looks scary and fighting at 185 and 170. Where do you think he fits into this whole 170 mix?
Yeah, I mean, he's a tough opponent too, for anybody. I'm really looking forward to him fighting Burns, I think that's gonna be Burns isn't like a super wrestler. He's more of like, a jiu-jitsu guy. But he's not really a jiu-jitsu guy who's jiu-jitsu off of his back too. So that's gonna be interesting. I'd like to see Khamzat fight a jiu-jitsu guy who's really good off of his back, because I mean, he's probably going to take someone down and be on top. That's more of a matchup that I'd like to see exactly, and see how good his top game is defending someone who's really going to be throwing up stuff from the bottom. But I mean, still, yeah, it's a really good step up in competition with Gilbert Burns, and really looking forward to see how that match plays out.
Who do you expect to win that fight? And I wanted you to play UFC matchmaker. If Chimaev does win, what would you do with him next? Do you feel like he's earned a title shot, or would you have to match him up with maybe Covington or someone else?
Uh, I mean, I don't know if he's what's Gilbert Burns ranked right now.
Geez, I feel like he's 2 or 3. He's right in the top there.
I mean, if he's right in the top, I mean, maybe yeah. I think I'd give him to Covington first. Yeah, give him to Colby, and then after that, you know, if he beats Colby, that pretty much cements it. You know, you gotta fight. But
right.
yeah, I mean, I really don't know. I really don't know what's gonna happen. He hasn't really fought anyone on that top echelon of like caliber fighter, and so I mean, he looks like he's killing. I saw a video of him that was circulating the internet at Tiger Muay Thai, and it looked like he was putting in work against some big dogs. So, I mean, we'll see when he fights Gilbert.
Yeah, can't wait for that one. Now, April 30th, Gabe, it's a little ways away. So you got plenty of time left in camp. What do you have planned moving forward here in camp? Are you going anywhere? Is it just kind of, business as usual for you, or are you going to be bringing anyone new in for this camp?
Yeah, no, I mean, it's business as usual. As long as I'm healthy, I just stay in the gym. That's the main thing, is just, make sure I make it to the fight. I'm pretty confident in my abilities and everything that I can, come fight night to come out on top and get that W. So just keep doing what I'm doing, same old, and get to fight day. 'Cause that's the biggest problem I've had so far, is just making it to the fights. As long as I get there, it's going to be popping, and I'm going to get the hand raised.
Now, this says UFC Fight Night. It doesn't specify if it's at the Apex or somewhere else. Do you know, is this going to be in Vegas, or is it going to be at another venue?
No, yeah, it's supposed to be at the Apex, from what I've been told. Hopefully they allow some tickets. I heard a rumor that they were going to be opening it up a little bit because of COVID. That'd be super sick. I know a lot of people who'd like to take a little drive, just come watch me fight. So hopefully, and then I would just love to fight in front of a group of people, man. I'm tired of fighting in front of like, don't get me wrong, fighting's fun. Fighting is going to be fun every time, but definitely love fighting in front of a crowd. So hopefully, at least there's a couple people in there to watch me win.
Yeah, no doubt. That obviously would be great for you and all the other fighters too. Let's talk about your matchup. Yohan Lainesse, he's 8-0. He had that impressive KO at Contender Series. He was a massive underdog, and he knocked this guy out cold. And he was a regional champion too. He for Cage Fury. So he's fought some good competition. What do you feel like about this matchup with him? Do you feel like you're going to be able to just kind of control him wherever it goes, or do you feel like he's going to be problematic on the feet at all?
No, I mean, I really hope that he comes out and just starts slanging them, so I can start slanging them too, and just make it an exciting fight for everyone to see,
Do you feel like, so you feel like you're stand up and the way that you throw your strikes and everything, you like yourself in a stand up fight against Yohan?
Yeah, all day. You stand with me. Let's just like, I'd like to fight anybody. Just stand with me toe to toe in the middle of this middle of the cage, and just let the fireworks go off.
If it does go to the ground, what do you see from him in his previous fights? Have you watched any tape on him? Like, do you feel like you're going to be able to control him on the ground? Is your jiu-jitsu better?
Yeah, I mean, I do think that if it goes to the floor, I'm going to be able to just capitalize on positions and do something to either even like if he's on top or something, to get back up and go back to banging, or just take a neck, take an arm, take something home. I don't think he has anything for me in the grappling exchanges. So but I mean, if he wants to take it there, he's all by all means take it there all day. I just want to put on a show, and I feel like most people like the punches and kicks. So I say let's keep it entertaining.
Okay. So ultimately, give me your prediction. How do you see this fight playing out? How do you see yourself getting your hand raised?
I think either end of first or second round knockout. I don't know. I don't see it going to the third at all. But yeah, I just see my hand getting raised some way.
All right, man. I can't wait for this one, April 30th. Again, Gabe Green meets Yohan Lainesse. If you do get this win, Gabe, when are you hoping to jump back in? And where does this put you in the pecking order of the division? Do you feel like you're going to be creeping towards maybe a top 15 opponent next?
I mean, I would definitely love to run it back with D-Rod. So, I mean, he is, I don't know, unless he moved. He was top 15. And I fought him. We went the distance. Fought Rowe. Rowe's been on a 2-fight win streak, knocking his other opponents out. And I beat this guy, undefeated on knockouts. Especially if I knock him out, it just makes me look kind of nice. Would love to fight D-Rod again. That's the fight I want more than anything.
All right, man. It all starts with April 30th, Yohan Lainesse. Great talking to you again. It's been far too long, so I'm happy that you're back in action. Before I let you go, I want to give you the floor. Tell people where to follow you on social media. And if you have anyone to thank, the floor is yours.
Yeah, just gifted Gabe Green on all platforms, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, OnlyFans. No, and then just big shout out to Tracy has Sub Fighter, Body Shop, CMMA. Been working with Chad's guys over there too. Super amazing group of people. Rising Suns Muay Thai and Raw Talent Boxing. I mean, it takes a village. I wouldn't be the fighter I am without those guys. So big shout out to those guys. And then my other sponsors, Trini out of SP Hats, Cryo Spot for Super Recovery. Man, I got so many sponsors. Hold on, let me see. Big shout out to my boy Matt. He's been letting me kick it with him at his house, so I get like nice, comfortable stay during camp, and I don't got to worry about a bunch of other stuff. Who else I got? And my boys at Smoking Fire for feeding me all the time. I mean, Smoking Fire. If you're ever in like Paramount in the LA area, go to Smoking Fire. It's bomb.